Can't see you. Once again, Dika butt. That's all y'all can see is Dika butt. Baby girl right here too. Goodness. How sweet of a person dogs have. And I remember when I got Dika, my dad died and I was about to inherit this gigantic dog. And I was afraid. I was better leave that alone. I think she ran for the cat. So, anyways, I was afraid to own this big dog. So I was like learning, learning all the, watching Dog Whisper and just learning as much as I could so that I would be a confident dog owner. Now, why is this important? Before my dad died, like I had baby girl, the little dog, and he wanted me to buy him a big dog. And I was like, Daddy, I don't want no big dog. I like my little baby girl. I don't want no big old dog. Well, long story short, he talked me into buying him this dog. And shortly after that, unfortunately, he passed away. But one of the reasons that he got me to actually do it was because he said, it ain't that I think the dog will, like protect me and go to war for me kind of thing. But he said, you can't sneak up on somebody with a big dog, and that struck out to me. It was literally like, okay, we are definitely, this is the apocalypse. Sorry to tell y'all, this is it. And we're definitely in some times where being snuck up on could be disastrous, right? So long story short, I caved in and got this big cane corso. This is Dika. Dika, come here. She's a full blooded cane corso, but she has the sweetest. I prayed for a dog with a sweet temperament, but she has the sweetest temperament, and I thought it was just because of those prayers, that for why she had a sweet temperament. But don't get me wrong, that's why. But then I got these other two dogs, and I saw that something to it. Hey, love. Hey, Dustin. I'm just talking for the ladies. This really a conversation for the ladies, but I guess me and my bit from it. But if you're transitioning from having a little dog for protection needs, you want to get you a bigger dog, but you might technically kind of be a lazy girl or don't know, all the stuff they do to say train it. It might not work out like that for you. So I wanted to tell some of my training techniques because I do have some very, very sweet dogs. So that maybe I could teach some young ladies out there or people that are just thinking about getting a gigantic dog, but they may be afraid or may not know how to train it. And I'm gonna be honest with you, a lot of what they say on YouTube, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's necessary if you're like rescuing a dog, but if you get it from a puppy, a lot of what they're saying is just overboard. You know what I mean? So, step one, potty training, right? When you get a dog, a big dog in particular, it is I know they crate train it. I don't agree with that. I'll be honest with me, and this is the story for a lazy girl. That don't work for me. You get what I'm saying? But literally keeping them by your feet for as long as you can, just as long as you can. For I want to say the first, you could do first 6 months to a year of their life. Keep them sleeping by your feet, chain them to your bed frame, keep them by your feet. But putting them in all that, that's really not necessary because they just not gonna want to poop where you're at. You get what I'm saying? Like that's y'all space at that point. But if you put them in a crate, it's just extra. You too lazy for that. If you a lazy girl like me, you ain't got time to be thinking about no crate. And if they cleaning out the crate, no, we live together. Okay, we live together. Okay, so so yeah, keep them by your feet for the first 6 months to a year. Just tie them to the bottom of your bed when you're, as you see, this is what she's doing. Hold on, I don't know if you see, but it's because I've kept them by my feet. When I go places, when I need them around, I keep them right with me. Okay. So much so I could show you something. Watch what happened because of that with Dika. And it was just keeping her there. And I didn't have to do it with treats. Like she trained her. This was something she wanted to do. And I loved on her for it. But watch this with Dika. Let's see if I could get her to do it. Dika, will you show them how we walk? Dika, show them how we walk. Hey, let's walk. Let's walk. Hey, let's walk. Let's walk. Hey. But she did that because I always kept her like this is how I sit with Dika because she's so big. Oh, I forgot the first rule. Please forgive me. I forgot the most important. I came to it with respect. When it comes to having big dogs, I am respectful of her, and it's a mutual respect to where you ain't gonna jump on me because I don't like being jumped on, and I ain't gonna, do something to you because I don't like what. So it's a very mutual respect between her and I. All right. So this is how I sat with. Come here, Dika. Wait, come here, Dika. You so big. All right, sit down. Good girl. So most of the time, I was sitting there like this with Dika. This is lazy girl training. But if you do it long enough, it becomes y'all interaction. You get what I'm saying? So you don't have to be afraid of getting a big dog. Just be true to yourself. Like be who you really are. Have high standards. You can't be soft. Like when they jump, I'll show you when I take you over to the other two that I'm training about. When they jump on you and all that other stuff, it's all about high standards of saying, "Nope, I'm me. Treat me right. I'm gonna treat you right. We cool." It's all about that. But and these types of things. Like I sat with her like this most of the time. And so now that's what she want to do all the time. You know what I mean? It's her happy place to sit. Now, does she sit on the bed with me and all? No, mm-mm. Because remember, you want these dogs kind of rugged because remember, they're your protection. They're the ones that stop people from sneaking up on you. If y'all both laid out in the bed, how they doing their job? You know what I mean? If y'all both cuddled up and laid out, this dog got a job to do, right? And that's to protect the perimeter. You know what I mean? And let me know if somebody coming, if something out there. Yeah, my sweet girl. She's a girl. What else? Yeah, more about that respect thing. Yeah, it's like if they're eating, I don't touch their food. You get what I'm saying? Like once I give them their food, I leave it. That's to them. And but as a leader, I don't let nobody else touch their food either. Everybody goes to their sections. It's like that kind of thing. How the Bible says our fight is not against flesh and blood; it's against principalities. But I'm going to say it's against principles, the type of principles you have as a leader. If that one try to eat her food, I'm stepping in the way for her. You know what I mean? And I don't let them bully me. You know what I mean? Like I'll show you. I'm about to take you over there to one that used to try to bully me, but he don't bully me that much no more. He used to try to. Ain't that right? All right, let's go over there. Oh, okay, we done. We're done. Another thing I do, like with my tone of voice, this is important before I go. Um, so I talk that I've never been nothing but sweet to my dogs. Like I've never whooped them. I don't hit them. I don't get me wrong with that jumping on me, but that's a mutual respect situation. You don't let no human come up to you and jump on you. So, but I mean, like in other situations, like when they poop in the house, I don't whoop them. I know I do take them to it while acting a fool because I'm a lazy girl. So I'm literally, you get out my nerves. Why are you doing I know y'all like, I can't believe she's saying this. But people who got some dogs know what I'm talking about. Sometimes the sound of your voice is enough for them because they obviously move by some type of vibration, you know what I mean? So if I don't want them to do something, I bark. I kind of bark, but in a human's tone, it's like, hey, come here. Ah, you heard them. You see everybody come here. It's like this There's no. I'm sorry, y'all. I ain't talking to y'all. I was talking to the camera. Okay, don't get worried. But the sign I usually so like how a person would use their hand because we have such a respectful situation. I don't use my hand. I use my voice in a loud kind of way, like in a not loud because it's bass. The bass of it is when they really listen. So I do try to put that bass in there and make it echo so they can understand. Don't do that. You know what I mean? Don't move like that, right? Another thing that is important. Now, remember, I said I've never hit my animals, but you're going to be amazed by what I'm about to tell you is important. A stick, a staff, like in the Bible, a stick, a staff, right? Because just the fear thought that I will hit them is enough to stop them. You get what I'm saying? So if I'm telling them to do something and the thought that I might, and I get big with it, you know what I mean? Like I think this is biblical too. I think the staff is biblical too, because when you raise it up and you point here and there, they really go, okay, over there. You know what I mean? So I think there's something biblical to stick, but carry a big stick. So talk loud and carry a big stick is what I'm telling you right now. All right, hold on. Let's go over here. We're going to my big boy. Hold on. Now he is younger. He's the so baby girl's the oldest. Dika's next. Then Damascus. Hold on. Hold on. Let me show y'all Damascus. Ah, you little booty. he popped me in the butt. Okay, hold on, Damascus. Now, I'm going through some things with Damascus. Let me show y'all. Hold on. Oh, first we got a hug. Yeah, you gonna sit down? Down. You gonna sit down? I'm in your spot. Come on. Oh, you ain't gonna sit down because Dika. Look at through my legs. Hold on. I gotta put Dika up in order to show. Look, she won't stay in my legs. Come on, man. I'm trying to show stuff with the other dogs. It's not about just me and you. It's not about just me and you. I don't know if I could show y'all without locking Dika up. Well, I could talk about it. I could talk about it. Hold on, I'm gonna move over here because okay, let's see if I can show. Hold on. Let me show y'all this little trick. But once again, I haven't had to use treats or nothing for this trick because this is stuff they want to do with me. And then I award them for it by doing it over and over again. So this was the thing that Damascus chose to do. All right, you gonna give me a paw? Get down, big boy. Down. There. Y'all see Damascus. It's okay, boy. It's okay. Yeah. He's a sweet boy. But wait, come on, wait. Oh God. Okay. Now let's talk about that whole little movement there. Um, you saw how they compete with each other too. You saw how Damascus wanted to do the leg thing. But here's what I let y'all know. I've never touched my dogs. Like I I rub them so sweet, like, oh, it's the sweetest thing ever. But when they jump and do stuff like that, I'm unmovable. That's important to know. Like, because then it becomes a game if I'm moving back and forth. No, I'm unmovable. And if you're doing too much, I move out the way. You get what I'm saying? So that's the thought process for like training them how to deal with you. You know what I mean? And how to sit before you come a certain amount of clothes. Now let's talk about this whole being on a chain. You see how two on the chain and two off a chain. Let's talk about it. These two I want to be outside dogs. I want these big two to be that one over there, part Cane Corso and part Husky. So I want, and this one's a Great Pyrenees and a Husky. So I want them to be outdoor dogs, right? But I also want them to stay in the yard, right? I don't want them because there's a lot of dogs running free out here. You get what I'm saying? So I don't want them. Dita, you better leave that cat alone. Dita, Dita, don't make me get up. You done made me get up. Get over here. Oh, uh, I forgot what I was Dita. But praise God. They said, oh, that's what I was saying. It was part of that knowing because Dika comes back when I call her is the reason Dika can walk around. Come here, Dika. Yeah, you too focused on that cat. Come here. Come here. Get in my legs. Come on. Down. 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 Ugh, this is gross. Sit down. Yeah. Sit down. Down. Because she came back is the reason why she can be off of a chain. But these two don't come back yet. They need some time of recognizing that one to come back. Like Damascus knows his name. He just looks at me like, forget you, I'm leaving. You know what I mean? So that's the reason why they are on a chain and they're gonna be there for a while. You know, like if you're not doing the collar, which I'm not doing anything, any of that, and I don't have to. I'm about to show y'all over a certain amount of time. You got to have that type of patience, but it's to build a family. Once you build that family part, you don't have to uh, uh, do those types of things like all those punitive measures. You don't have to do those. So, but they do got to spend a stint. They got to be inside for a little while. They got to spend a stint on the chain. And honestly, they should be on a chain for about 2 years. I know. And I'm not just saying being there, I'm talking about just always. Even if it's walking, they're walking around, but the chain is lagging behind them and you let them free. I'm gonna explain why in a minute. Okay. That's a very important part of it too. That's how you get your dogs to like walk with you. A lot of it is dropping the chain, but keeping it on there, keeping it on their neck so that if they run too far, you step on the chain. And that's that motion that y'all they go for with the zzz, it's the same thing as stepping on a chain and they just like oh and you let them know come close and when they come close rub them and say stay with me and then they'll stay with you. I hope I'm explaining all this right. I'm just giving what I've learned because I was afraid to have this dog and now I got three big gigantic dogs and I'm learning on how to and this is the things that I've learned. Another thing that I do with Damascus, hold on, you about to knock it over, D? Another thing that I do with Damascus, when I do let him come from this particular area, because this is creating like a a zone for him. So when I take him from this particular area, I call it my exercise day. That's leg day, right? I leave the chain connected to him, but rolling behind him. And then when he gets too far, I step on the chain, right? But well, first I start off holding the chain. We walk around a little bit and I hold the chain. But then when I feel comfortable, like he's calmed down from his jitters of being excited, don't expect him not to run away when he's that excited. You know what I mean? So once he calms down from the jitters of being excited, that's around the time you could drop the chain. And if they notice it, then go, oh, you let me go. No, I ain't. Bam. And then they stop like, oh, no, you come back. And then you give them love for coming back. Um, so I'm giving y'all some of the tips on just our daily life together so that if you're a young single woman and like I said, you can't sneak up on a girl with a dog. You just can't, you know? So you need a bigger dog, right? You something that would probably protect you a little bit. These are the ways I've been successful in my journey in learning how to be a good pet parent. But I'll tell you this, a lot that I've learned on YouTube, a lot of it's just unnecessary. It's fluffery. I really thought the treats was like, you feed them a treat, they'll do a trick or whatever. Nah, truth is feed them good and they'll respect you. I feed these dogs good. They eat better than me because I'm by myself. Every leftover I got, they eating it. And a lot of food that's about to go bad, but I know I'm not about to eat it, they eating it. So they eat good, right? So you don't really need treats when you feed them good, because really Actually, it's more about your I don't know how to explain it. I'm like the auntie that you that love you to death but don't cross her. That's the the spirit you have to muster up to where it's like they know they're gonna get all the sweet love and I'm gonna give you all the great food, but don't cross me. You know what I mean? That's literally what it is with these dogs. And I think that's why they're so laid back. I really do. I think that's how, because like I told y'all, that's what prompted this video. Is people have told me that, wow, your dogs have such a sweet demeanor. Like they're very sweet. And I think it's in the petting. You know what I mean? I never pet them rough. Like if you came over and my dog jump on you, you push him or playing a rough kind of way. I've never done that ever with any of these dogs. Like I'm the sweet auntie. You don't want to knock her over. I got bad knees. You can't be jumping on me like that. You get what I'm saying? Like that's the respect part too. You have to have that if you don't want them to be aggressive or any of those types of things, And if you do play like that, I have something I play like that with them. They know when I grab that, that's time to play like that. But if I don't got that in my hand, we ain't playing like that. You get what I'm saying? Don't not right now, right? And I know it sounds it probably even sounds kind of cold where I'm like, nope, not right now. My space, move, you know. But it is, I let them be them. I'm not stopping them from doing what they do. They can do what they do. They just don't do it to me. You know what I mean? So those are important. That's important. That's how that you establish the fact that it's your house. Being that family of say, if people in your family, you're not gonna let them do any old thing to you. So they know, which auntie you can mess with and which one you can't. My dogs know I'm the auntie you can't mess with. Um, it's all an act and a show, but it's real. It's real, but it's all like I'm doing extra. Like no, move, you know what I mean? But that's what has because I know they're beasts. Oh no, that's important to know too. Like having that respect for them is because if you don't, they'll take you over and you'll think y'all in love, but really they just get making you do everything that you a slave to them. Because a big dog can do that. A big dog like this, oh yeah, if you push overable, they will flat out make it known that they run this. They could. So you're gonna have to be willing to stand up to that moment or making it known to them not to test that moment. Um, uh, but they're really smart, really sweet. I think I gave y'all everything I could think of on how to get started with your own big dog as a lazy girl. It's really about your demeanor, your standards, your principles. Your principles is the fact you ain't gonna let nothing touch their food. Like you protect them a little bit when you can. You're gonna give them good food. Um, you get what I'm trying to say? It's about the demeanor and the relationship that you build. And you don't. I've trained these dogs with no treats. And I this my first pack. This was the baby girl was the only dog I had my whole life. Hey, Zika, uh-uh. They messing with something over there. Something's over there. But you see what I mean? Can't nothing sneak up on me. If I want to sit here pretty, I can sit here pretty because the warriors done went out and handled it. They done handled it. It's over. I don't know. They handling it. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I agree. Now is the time to get a big dog and carry a big stick. Carry a big stick and get a big dog. I also want to give before I let y'all go because I think that was it. I really want to just tell y'all it's possible. And from a person that was afraid, you needed to know not only is it possible, it's beneficial in this season, in this time. And it's really about your demeanor. About how you treat them. And I treat them so good to where they don't want nothing to mess with mommy, and they don't want mommy to be mad. They don't poop in the house because I act a fool. I can't believe you did this to me. I'm so everybody hates. I mean, everybody loves Raymond mom. She make a good big dog owner. They're like, oh my god, that's what I do, and they don't do it because they don't want to be in those situations. And when they're in the house, they in the room with me. Ain't no walking around. You sitting. You don't need no walking around. You know. So okay, I think I did it. It seemed I thought this was gonna be a harder video than I thought, but it seemed too easy. You know what I mean? So try it. Get you a big dog and try it. But there's something I want to tell y'all before I left. Y'all know I'm a prophecy kind of person. I see the future. I see what things, I get premonitions about things that's going on. And I'm telling y'all, before tomorrow, get your last prep and supplies. Go get you, like 2 cases of water per person in your house. And go get you, let's see, what else? Batteries for the flashlight or um I'm not gonna say go get no toilet paper because that was silly and that would just show, that had to be some type of uh I don't know, something they was doing. Cause come on, you need water. That's what you need, and bleach. You need so if it's your last $20, spend it on some water, some bleach, and the things that you can, that will help you survive. Fortify your home. I don't know the premonition. Just all I gotta say is, if you better yet, if you watch that movie, Some of Our Fears, everything that's happening in that movie is happening right now. It's on the world stage, like some form of everything that's happening in that movie, and all the numbers line up too. I'm a numbers person, so like the date that the stadium was built to, that particular Super Bowl. What else? Just a lot of stuff. Martin Luther King, uh, uh, JFK, like, there's numbers related to that. All of it lines up. So I'm just going to say get as ready as you can by tomorrow, you know? Make sure that prepared enough to sustain yourself outside of what's going on with the government and electricity and water and all that other stuff. Even if it's for a short amount of time, just do it quickly. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but I'm letting y'all know from the standpoint of a person that has premonitions, sees the future. I can see numbers clearly, and all the numbers are lining up. Everything is lining up to where if nothing happened, something happened. We just didn't see it. You know what I mean? But it definitely matches that movie. So that's all I want to do is warn y'all about that for tomorrow. I'm be in my house hiding. I ain't going nowhere. I won't be watching. Nope. I'm just gonna be monitoring the news blogs. Like, let me know, cause it ain't looking too good. It ain't looking too good. All right. I hope this was just informative. I feel like it was just like not informative, but I hope it was. I hope it was. I wanted to show y'all a little bit more on how to deal with the friskier animals, but DK ain't gonna let me do that right now, and so it'll mess up the video for me to have to go take her in and all the other stuff. Don't push back when when they try to pull you. Actually have a standard, or I will not be pulled. And if they pull, you stop that whole thing, and then you walk real slow. I do that. I literally walk. I was gonna show y'all, but I don't know with this one. But I walk like a pimp, real slow, so that she can understand I mean slow, like dramatize it. And then she does it. Like, you get what I'm saying? But that's when you're that sweet to them that they want to do right by you. You know what I mean? So that's another one. So if you, I want to show y'all that because that was also super funny the way I was walking around here with her to teach her to stop pulling is I was walking like a pimp, just how a pimp do it real slow. I was doing it like that so she could understand I meant slow. So but yeah, I think that was everything then. All right, y'all. I hope y'all have a good day. Bye.